Hi there, E.A. Tischler here with New Horizons Golf. Today I want to talk to you about use of the Smash station that we have set up in our studio here. If you have a place in your garage or somewhere where you could set this up or something similar, then it's really good practice for learning how to apply force. A lot of people that haven't played a lot of different sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever, and especially you like tennis and sports where you're swinging, baseball where you're swinging, an implement like in golf, they haven't really learned how to use their arms, hands, and their body and the way they pressure into the ground in order to apply force for impact. So this is one station that I set up here, and so that we can really practice this on a regular basis. And I've just got a shaft here with some hockey tape wrapped around it and a little lead tape underneath the hockey tape, just so that we can get the sense of how to really apply force here. So I'm going to start off just by doing right arm only here. And if you're a dominant right hand player, I recommend you start off right arm only. And I want to just do it with my wrist in the beginning. Just learning how to get that good application of force with that hinge and that unhinge. You notice that when I do this, I'm releasing this shaft back to flat on that impact pad there. Instead of trying to drive my hands ahead of the point of impact and then somehow get this to catch up, I'm unhinging it soon enough that I'm returning flat back on that impact pad as I do this. Now I'm going to add my arm in, and not much body. I'm still pressuring into the ground. I'm using my body to pressure in the ground, but I'm not really adding body in yet. And again, we can see the amount of force that we can create in that impact pad just by making sure that I'm having a good delivery action there. So once I've got the arm, the wrist first, and then the arm, then I want to find out how much body do I actually need to apply here to get more force. So you can see I don't have to do much with my lower body as far as opening my hips and getting pressure to my left foot in order to apply a lot more force here. As a matter of fact, the most forceful swing I'm going to make, you'll see my hips, that's about how much they open right here. And everybody's a little bit different as far as this is concerned. So understanding exactly how much your hips need to be open at impact when you're actually applying the most force is important here. If I were to go ahead and take this pad and just put it on here, and I'm pushing on here as if I'm just going to try to get a good, starting ability to apply pressure there and to keep that mitt, pressured in that pad. We're going to find out when I start to get pressure to my lead foot and turn my hips, it's right there that I apply the most force. If I try to go further, I actually lose pressure, I lose force. So trying to open my hips any more than that through impact really doesn't do me any good. When I tested Brad Faxon on this, he actually didn't get more force by trying to open his hips. He just barely moved his hips and he got the most force, and then when he would try to go further, he actually lost pressure. I had a student here today, the same thing. He got in there and he maybe turned his hips this much that's where he had maximum force. And then he tried to move further and he lost that force. So everybody's different. Now you'll have a player like a David Duval who most likely, based upon how he's played his best golf, his hips would be much more open like this when he's applying force. What you'll find out, once you've found that maximum position, if you try to go further and apply more force, you'll start backing out of it to try to apply force. You lose balance, you lose force. That's not a good thing. So we only want our hips to open as much as they can open when we're really doing our best job of applying force. And in my case, my hips go to just about 45 degrees, and I don't need them any more open than that at impact. So again, I'm going to go in here, arm, body, and that's how we're getting that practice of that working on this impact station. Now, you do it up here comfortably at whatever angle you want at first, and once you're good at that, then we can do it more down here, more at the angle that we would actually play golf. So that's what we want to do to learn to get the dominant side, that dynamic force, that pressure that we're using in our body, pressuring into the ground, and really learning how to deliver that force, into impact. All right. Once you're good with the dominant arm, you can practice with your lead arm. And most people aren't as good with the lead arm. I warm up, and then I start getting it, and it starts getting better and better and closer to what my dominant arm is, but I never quite get it as good. A little more arm. Okay, now body. So once again, I can start up here at a comfortable angle, and then I can move down here. Okay, once I've done the lead arm, then I can go to two hands. Okay, and then we can go down more at the angle that we actually play golf. Okay, and as you can see, I'm a little out of breath. It's a good workout also. It's really a good workout for golf. It's a good workout for learning how to apply force, and it's going to help you get more smash into your game. Okay, now let's say that you don't have a station where you can actually put pads against the wall. You can always just get an impact bag or a smash bag, and you can practice on that. Just getting that feel of how we smash that bag. Dominant arm first, then non-dominant, and then going in, getting that sense of two hands. Now, if you don't have one of these sticks already made up, you can actually just get a golf club. So you can always just go get a golf club, and you can flip it over, hold it on the shaft, and get the feel of doing it that way. So you can always just flip it over to get that feel. And so this is really good training again. It's a good warm-up for people. If you're at a club and you have this set up somewhere, you can go get a good warm-up before you go to the range. But really learning to get that feel of how we're delivering the leverage, action of the swing, the club, the hinging of the wrist, the arms, how we unfold all that and deliver that into impact to get a good, forceful delivery and a good smash to impact is what we're training here. Okay, one last thing I want to mention here is that, because you are doing something athletic and you're applying force, again, you don't want to overdo things. You don't want to hurt yourself. You want to take it slow in the beginning, and get the feel for it first before you try to apply more smash in there. Get the feel for it first, because we don't want you hurting yourself. Some people may find that, again, the dominant arm is the best way to do it, that when they go to the lead arm, that maybe they feel like it's hard to hold or hard to create force, or they got some sort of tendonitis or something in that lead arm. Well, obviously, if you're feeling some discomfort, don't do that. Or if you feel that it's just a matter of strength, just start small. Get that sense of, even with a small, slow one, I can tell when it pops and when it doesn't pop. So that's slow enough, but I'm getting some pop compared to something like that. So learning to just get that delivery so that it's popping without forcing it or hurting yourself is important. Also find, is it easier at a higher angle or is it easier at a lower angle? Find that angle that is easiest for you. You'll find out there's actually, because of how we're biomechanically we're built, we have a core region that is better for us to utilize, and that core region actually helps determine the plane or the slot of the swing during delivery. So finding that natural angle that seems the easiest for you, most likely is going to match what fits your biomechanics. So find that angle that's most comfortable for you. So for example, when I hold this, if I were actually just to get comfortable and just find that path, I'm going to set it up here. That's about the angle that feels the most comfortable with me when I'm in that posture. So that's the one that's most effective for me to actually train most of the time as well. Okay, the next thing I want you to notice, and I see this in all the players that do this well, is that when they're doing this smash training, what we call the plane of the swing, and we don't mean one perfect plane, but what we're talking about is that the way that the club goes up and it does elevate and it hinges, is that there's a much cleaner and direct planing activity when golfers are smashing well, compared to golfers that get up here and do, they make some sort of move with their upper body that makes a big reroute, and then they're trying to smash, and then they have a hard time getting back flat on the pads or flat on the impact bag. And so when you really get that image of flat and delivering it back to here, you'll see that planing action is much more clean. I add the arm in. That planing action is much more clean. I add the body in. Again, that planing action is much more clean. So compared to something that's going way out and looping, or way inside and looping this way, or using the body, to the excess, to a way that's actually influencing the shape of your swing, so that you're getting outside your slot or to under your slot. That tends to go away with people that are smashing really well on the pads, or even just on the smash bag here. We're going to see that plane really cleans up for golfers. So practice this, and you're going to find, whether it's one hand or two hands, you're going to find that this is actually going to help clean up the shape or the form of your swing with regard to what we look for when we're talking about the planes of the golf swing. Okay, now we're fortunate enough to have an indoor training center here, which at least during the winter or even during the golf season, if people want to come up and train and warm up this way or work on their techniques, they can do this. Some people like to use the smash bag and get that sense of how they're going to smash well. You can flip your club over, do a couple of those, and then you come over here and we're going to work on that smash feel. So, now I want to get my thighs, my glutes engaged, my core engaged. I want to get into a posture where I really feel like I'm utilizing my posture and I'm leveraging the arm swing and the club against what my body's doing here. And then I'm just going to work on smashing it on the way through. And I just want to practice now that I have the feel of good smashing from my smashing training, what it is to get a good smashing impact through the ball. So that was a really good smashing impact. And you notice at this point, I'm really not trying to use my body as far as turning and launching is concerned yet. I'm more just getting my body in a position where my core is engaged, my thighs, my glutes were pressuring into the ground, and I'm using that, like what I call dynamic posture, so that now I can coordinate an arm swing with that dynamic posture that allows me to apply force in a very effective manner. Really good smash again. Now once I have the sense of that smashing feel, now I'm going to go ahead and add some follow through and some forward swing in here. I'm going to posture up with my body, smash through to a more full finish. And again, very natural swing, a nice, smashing swing right there. And so now that would be sort of the basic stock swing that I would play. Now if I want to make a bigger swing, I got to add some more range of motion in, so more natural turn in the backswing and a bigger finish, but I still want that smashing feel through the ball at the bottom of the swing. So I'm going to get more force and more power when I do that. So you'll find that you can actually develop a swing technique right out of the smash bag or the smash station here. By being good at smashing, you can really learn to do that. I would have the warm-up version of that, good dynamic posture, just smash it with my arms. You notice there wasn't much follow through or finish in that. My body stayed pretty still. Now I'm going to go to a level 1 where I'm just going to make that same swing, but just sort of let myself naturally float up into a follow through here. So that's what I would call a level 1 swing, and that would be a low penetrating shot. It's not going to go the full distance, but I'm still going to get very good distance out of it. All I'm going to do on this next one is finish bigger, posture up more and finish bigger. And this would be a level 2 swing. So that one's going to go higher and it's going to go further. All right, now let's take this to level 3. I'm just going to make a little bigger backswing, finish off my backswing, and still posture up to a nice full finish. And once again, that's going to go higher and further. Now this specific swing is what I call a lever swing or leverage swing, and it's about utilizing our body to have dynamic posture and put pressure into the ground, and then leveraging the arm swing against that. It's not for everybody to this particular swing, but biomechanically it's very efficient, and it fits a large portion of the population can do this very well. So, you know, anybody said, look, you had to choose one way of swinging and that's it, and you want everybody to do it, I would say this would be closer to one I would recommend, and for a variety of reasons. As people get older, they can still do it and get lots of power. They don't have to worry about trying to turn hard and turn big. They don't have to try to stretch their range of motion as much. All they got to be good at, if they can actually do squats every day without weight, and they can maintain that and learn how to get into a good dynamic posture, they can really manage this swing. But for example, what if I want a more rotary swing? Well, I can still utilize what I learned in the smash, training in a more rotary swing. And for me, I'm an upper core player, so I'm going to get into a posture that's going to allow me to do that. You'll notice from here, I still have my dynamic, posture. Thighs and glutes are engaged. My chest is still up, but I'm actually a little bit more out over my toes and a little taller. I'm not as sort of sitting on the stool as I was in the leverage swing there. So what I want to do now is understand that, okay, I'm going to be more of a rotary golfer, so I'm going to start that rotation, but I still want to make sure I create that leverage, and I still want to make sure I'm smashing through the ball. So all I'm doing is adding a little turn into this more. It's more of a turn and stretch, and then I go ahead and I smash it. And again, I don't need the full follow through when I begin this version, of smashing. I've got my posture for rotation. I'm going to turn and stretch. And there we go. That was a good smashing release that time. All right, now, if I'm going to do a level 1, all I got to do is let my body fall through more naturally instead of keeping my body, more in that dynamic posture, that strict dynamic posture as I go through. So again, I'm going to set up this time for rotation, turn and stretch, smash, and there's my level 1 finish right there. So it's not a full finish yet. I'm going to get a nice low penetrating shot. I'm still going to get good distance on it, but not full distance. All right, let's just finish that off a little bit more, and I'll go up to a level 2 here. Good dynamic posture, but set up for rotation, turn and stretch, smash and finish. Okay, so good finish, nice taller finish. That was a level 2. My rhythm was a little quick that time, so I caught it a little thin. I didn't smash it as good as I could have. Let's try that one again. Turn and stretch. So there we go, smash finish. So I would call that a nice stock level 2 shot that time. All right, now if I want to get a little bit bigger swing still, by level 3, I got to have more coil in the backswing. Bigger finish, I still need to smash it at the bottom. So again, bigger turn, bigger coil, bigger finish. Again, that was a level 3. Again, rushed to the hair that time. Got a little bit quick, caught it a little thin. All right, one more good level 3 here and we'll wrap it up. Yeah, that was a real good level 3 that time, and I smashed it well at the bottom. So there are different types of swing techniques, and ultimately we got to find one that fits us perfectly. However, they all need some sort of smash. We all want to smash it. TrackMan, FlightScope, those systems, we got what we call a smash factor, and we want to make sure we're smashing through the ball. However, we also want to make sure that we're doing it in a way that fits us. So practice smashing, get a smash bag, get an impact bag, create a smash station, get good at that smashing delivery, then learn how to apply it with your particular technique, and you're going to find out you're going to play much better golf.